Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Akal. The top stories first. All shops in the valley to reopen from today, odd even rule for vehicles to remain in force. Long distance vehicles to resume service from today. Such vehicles will operate at 50% capacity. Coronavirus claims 8 more lives in Nepal. Death toll climbs to 379. Indian hospitals desperate for oxygen. Coronavirus infection tops 5 million cases. And Australia produces a thrilling win over England in the final ODI, win the series 2-1 in the process. The government has allowed all shops to remain open in the Kathmandu Valley from today onwards. All 3 district administration offices of the valley have eased the restriction to allow shops to reopen throughout the day. The 1-month-long prohibitory order in the valley has also come to an end from today. However, the odd-even rule for private and public vehicles will still remain in force until further notice, informed the District Administration Office, Kathmandu. Issuing a statement yesterday, the district administration offices said that the ban on public gatherings, assemblies and demonstrations have not been lifted. The local administration has also banned other activities besides daily prayers at temples, mosques and churches. The authorities have ordered crowded industries to adopt necessary safety measures and physical distancing measures, while mass gathering for religious festivals and cultural programs is still not allowed. The local government is yet to allow educational institutes to reopen. Likewise, places like cinema halls, party palaces, saloons, spa, swimming pools and seminar halls will remain closed for the time being. The government had decided to reopen long route vehicles from today by amending the health safety procedure. The government has issued new directives related to seat arrangements, number of passengers, vehicle disinfection as a precondition to resume the service. A report.
The Department of Transport Management had earlier prepared a work procedure to allow the public transport to operate after the prohibitory order was lifted in the valley. The work procedure has clearly stated the number of persons that a vehicle can carry, the directive related to food and its arrangement, and steps to be taken to disinfect the vehicles to prevent the infection from spreading.
चालकको कक्षलाई हामीले प्लास्टिकले हुन सक्छ अथवा अरु कुनै फाइबर मेटेरियल हुन सक्छ, त्यसलाई चाहिँ आइसोलेसन छुट्टै बनाउने भन्ने ढंगले कार्यविधिमा आएको पनि छ। त्यसलाई व्यवसायले त्यो ढंगले पालना गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ र लामो दूरीमा यसरी चाहिँ जाँदाखेरि यात्रुहरूलाई विभिन्न ठाउँमा विश्राम गराउनु पर्ने हुन सक्छ, खानाको व्यवस्था हुनुपर्ने सक्छ।
The cabinet meeting on Monday had made a decision to allow the public transport vehicles to operate at 50% capacity, but with a 50% increase in the transportation fare. The government directive also clearly states that the vehicle have to operate under the strict health protocols, with physical distance being maintained between the passengers at all times. The entrepreneurs have committed to following the government directives, while a proposal to create a fund to provide insurance to all the laborers and entrepreneurs has also been prepared.
प्रोटोकल स्वास्थ्य प्रोटोकललाई कायम गरेर लिएर जाने हो, त्यो पब्लिकली आउला। त्यो यो भन्दा अगाडि नै भदौ 1 पल्ट चल्ने भन्ने कुरा हुँदाखेरि नै यातायात व्यवस्था विभागले एउटा चाहिँ कार्यविधि पनि तयार पारिसकेको अवस्था हो। त्यसलाई नै एउटा के परिमार्जन गरेर अहिलेको परिस्थितिमा कसरी लाने, हाइवेमा गाडी कसरी कुद्दा के गर्ने, कसको
The coronavirus-ensued lockdown, which began from 24th March, had brought a complete halt to all long route vehicles, affecting more than 4.5 million workers associated with transport sector and causing an estimated loss of 50 billion rupees.
The Department of Drug Administration has requested the general public to purchase and use hand sanitizers only after careful study of sanitizers' quality. The appeal comes after sanitizers made with harmful chemical substances such as methanol were found in the market. Such sanitizers have also failed to pass the health standards set by the government. During market inspection, authorities have also discovered some sanitizers that pose a risk to human life. Therefore, consumers should check if the sanitizer company is registered, contains methanol and passes the standards set by WHO, said Director General of the Department of Drug Administration. DDA has prohibited the sale and purchase of sanitizers with poisonous substances such as methanol. The department informed that 5 such companies were banned last week and 4 more yesterday. The DDA has blacklisted sanitizers produced locally as well as imported from India and China. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. Cases of coronavirus in the country has climbed to 58,327 with a confirmation of over 1,500 new cases yesterday. The government yesterday confirmed 1,539 new cases of coronavirus during the latest round of tests. According to the Health Ministry, health authorities have so far conducted more than 872,000 PCR tests. Less than 10% of the tests have turned out positive. Meanwhile, 41,706 persons have recovered from the disease and have been discharged from hospitals. The disease has claimed 8 more lives, taking the total death toll to 379 in the country. Currently, 8,541 persons are being kept in isolation wards of various hospitals and health facilities, while 7,701 infected persons are in home isolation. Altogether, 173 patients are admitted to ICU, while 26 are receiving life support through ventilators. Senior leader of Nepal Communist Party, Madhav Kumar Nepal, has said that he did not file a note of dissent in the party but merely provided suggestions for the party's benefit. Leader Nepal reiterated that he put forward a 17-point suggestion to further strengthen the NCP unity. He reminded that various other standing committee members also provided written and spoken recommendations to solidify the party unity. Leader Nepal urged everyone to consider the issue he addressed as suggestions. He believes his recommendations will lead the party to a new direction with new aspirations.
अझै ज्यादा जोड दिनका लागि मैले पनि 17 बुँदा भनौँ या 61 बुँदा भनौँ त्यसलाई पनि मैले प्रस्तुत गरेको छु, जसले गर्दाखेरि केही कुराहरूमा ध्यान जान सकोस् र अरू पनि पार्टीका कमरेडहरूले, केन्द्रीय स्थायी कमिटीका सदस्यहरूले लिखित रूपमा आफ्ना कुराहरू, सुझावहरू या मौखिक रूपमा आफ्ना सुझावहरू राख्नु भएको छ। ती सबै चीजलाई त्यसैगरी सचिवालयका सदस्य कमरेडले पनि राख्नु भएको छ। त्यो सबै चीजहरूलाई ध्यानमा राखेर पार्टी अवश्य पनि अगाडि बढ्नु पर्छ र त्यो बाहेक कुनै विकल्प अर्को छैन।
Similarly, senior leader Nepal also stated the party unity formed after the upcoming general convention should be prompt and goal-oriented. Only strong party institutions can work for the benefit of public at large, leader Nepal added.
यका वैज्ञानिक विधि के छन् त्यो हामी पनि अपनाउँ। यो राज्यको हक पनि म भन्दैछु। त्यसैले राज्यलाई पनि चलाउने कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी त झन् ज्यादा वैज्ञानिक तरिकाबाट चल्नु पर्यो। किन यो पार्टी जब हामी आफ्नो आचरणमा ठीक भयौँ भने तब हामी समाजमा आचरण राम्रो आचरण स्थापित गर्न सक्छौँ। जब हामी पार्टी ठीक ढङ्गले सञ्चालन गर्न सक्यौँ भने तब राज्य पनि राम्ररी सञ्चालन गर्न सक्छौँ। अनि पार्टीभित्र नै न्याय दिन सक्यौँ भने अनि राज्यमा सबैलाई न्याय दिन सक्छौँ। अनि त्यो राज्यमा रहेका सबै नागरिकहरूले, सबै त्यहाँका प्रत्येक व्यक्तिहरूले यो महसुस गर्छन् कि मलाई ममाथि अन्याय हुने छैन।
He also said he has been positive about NCP taking new heights after the agreements reached by the Standing Committee meeting last week. Pokhara University is going to organize a virtual workshop on sustainable management of construction materials, sand and gravel mining from local rivers on Monday. Associate Professor of the University, Madhav Prasad Koirala, informed that the workshop will be held at 1 p.m. on September 21st through webinar. Altogether, 20 experts will present their paper, while there will be more than 100 participants during the online event. The workshop is being organized by Pokhara University School of Engineering Construction Management Program in association with the Global Challenge Research Fund (GCRF) of Liverpool John Moores University, UK. And now the news from the economic front. The under-construction Pokhara Regional International Airport has now had more than 63% of its construction work completed. The original plan was to complete the construction of the airport by July 2021, but the coronavirus pandemic has slowed down the progress, with the deadline most likely to be extended. The construction work related to the airport runway, taxiway, pipeline, transformers, cable and lighting, including other works, have been completed. 98% of the soil consolidation and filling work has also been completed. Further, motorway, access road and terminal building construction is also in its final stages. The project officials have informed that although the expectation was to finish the project at least 6 months before the deadline, the coronavirus pandemic, lockdown and the Chinese construction workers stranded in the Chinese side has now pushed the timeline. At present, there are 244 Chinese construction workers and 118 Nepali workers at the construction site in the airport. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international. Welcome back, and now the international news. Coronavirus infections in India surged past 5 million cases yesterday as hospitals grapple to treat thousands of patients. The massive rise in infection has led to shortage of oxygen in big states of Maharashtra, Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh. The demand for oxygen has more than tripled in some areas worst affected by the virus, Reuters reported. According to the news agency, a senior minister in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cabinet, Nitin Gadkari, also tested positive for the coronavirus infection. The Indian Parliament reopened after 6 months on Monday, with at least 17 members testing positive. Home Minister Amit Shah spent most of August in hospital after being detected with COVID-19. The Health Ministry reported 90,123 new cases on Wednesday, taking the total caseload to 5.02 million. The death toll from COVID-19 is now at 82,066, the ministry said. India has the world's fastest growing novel coronavirus epidemic and added its last million infection in just 12 days was completed. It is only the second country in the world to have more than 5 million cases after the United States. Russia will supply 100 million doses of its potential coronavirus vaccine to Indian drug company Dr. Reddy's Laboratories. The move comes as Moscow speeds up plans to distribute its shots abroad. The deal for its Sputnik V vaccine comes after the Russian Direct Investment Fund reached an agreement with Indian manufacturers to produce 300 million doses of the shots in India, Reuters reported. India is also a major consumer of Russian oils and arms. Deliveries to India, which has a population of more than 1.3 billion, could begin in late 2020, RDIF said. The deal is subject to the completion of trials and Sputnik V's registration by regulatory authorities in India. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Neymar has been banned for 2 games for his part in the brawl at the end of the Ligue 1 game between Paris Saint-Germain and Marseille. The Brazilian was one of the 5 players sent off in a last-minute brawl at Parc des Princes after striking Alvaro Gonzalez in the back of the head, having had several incidents with the Spanish defender previously during the game. PSG fullback Layvin Kurzawa will serve a 6-game suspension after he kicked Jordan Amawi, who himself has been banned for 3 games, with Marseille teammate Dario Benedetto receiving a 1-match ban. Marseille's Hossoum Awara has also received a 1-match suspension. For his part in the incident, Argentine Angel Di Maria will appear before a disciplinary committee on September 23rd. Neymar was heard on the pitch-side microphones informing the 4th official he had heard a racist comment while walking off the pitch, and later accused Gonzalez of racism on Twitter, urging the authorities to sue VAR to clarify matters. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. All shops in the valley to reopen from today. Odd even rule for vehicles to remain in force. Long-distance vehicles to resume service from today. Such vehicles will operate at 50% capacity. Coronavirus claims 8 more lives in Nepal. Death toll climbs to 379. Indian hospitals desperate for oxygen. Coronavirus infection tops 5 million cases. And Australia produces a thrilling win over England in the final ODI, win the series 2-1 in the process. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.